every way. The joy you give me every day. I know I can be safe with you. You want me now, I know you do. I know you're being patient and I love you for that. You show me how to dare to love. So tell me what you're thinking of. Cause I won't be afraid, not holding anything back. Don't know if I'm dreaming.
Hello, this is Bridget from Divine Essentials. Hi guys, how are you? I have a reading here, and I thought I was just using this deck from my tarot, but when I started shuffling up, I had cards come out for the different spots, and when I moved the deck, there was this one, these two cards here, and then these two cards in there too from a totally different deck, hidden in there, but they came out in different spots. So I feel like they were there for a reason. Usually that's what happens. I got my little stand holding you guys, so hopefully it works. I've never really used it, but thinking was the first place, and the 5 cards came out. I don't usually take as many as came out. It wasn't really that, I don't know. It's sometimes it's a pile pops out, and I don't always take the pile, but this one didn't have a massive amount of a pile. It was just 5 cards, but they're right here. And it was they again felt like they were supposed to come out like that because it was the Emperor, the Empress, the Two of Cups, which is those two are the partners, they belong together. And Two of Cups is about partnership and, either your soulmate or the person that you're meant to be doing something with, somebody that you have a soul connection with. So for thinking of that energy, I feel like your person or whoever you're asking about is maybe understanding or thinking about the fact that they feel that you have a soul connection with them, that the two of you share something on a soul level, or that the two of you have your minds are aligned with each other. There's maybe telepathic communication that they pick up from you, or they may have just seen or known over the times of talking to you that you guys think a lot alike, or you're on the same wavelength as each other, you feel the same way about things, or you think about the same things, or you have the same types of ideas come around. Or you maybe even have, sometimes where it's one of you's thinking something and then the other one says it, finishes conversation for you, or, you can't find the words you're trying to say at a moment. They maybe fill in the blanks because it's they just already are on that frequency or energy telepathically and, on the mental level. So they could be thinking, again, also that they are somebody that feels like the Emperor, the man that's supposed to, be putting everything together and taking action, very logical and powerful and just, divine masculine energy. And the Empress is somebody that's nurturing and loving. She's receptive and receiving. She's usually very abundant and happy and just has the ability to, adapt and get into alignment with all of the different queens that there are. She embodies all 4 of the energies. He embodies all 4 of the kings. So again, both people may feel like you may both be somebody that's gone through a lot, or just have it grown over time. As I was saying that, I looked up and I saw the completion card right here, and it's you see how that waves are going out around. It's you may have gone through a lot of different tests or a lot of different things in your world that have made you had to come into a time of completion, or you are now completed with some of those cycles, some of the lessons, some of the stuff that you've been through. And maybe the both of you had to do that in solitude or on your own. This card was with that card, and I didn't really mean to take it, but it came anyway, so there it is. And it's in the direction of the north. So if any of that is significant to you, take it as it resonates. The shaman is the one that is usually in solitude. A lot of times the shamanic path is overwhelming, and people don't realize how much of it is intense, all the time, 24 freaking 7. everything you do, everywhere you go, everybody that you meet, everything that you think, everything that you see, everything that you feel, everything that you hear, everything in your world becomes a little intense. So solitude is usually freaking needed because you can't like cope with humans and the world without taking a lot of time to go inside and just be on your own and withdrawn from the chaos and the peoples and all of that. So you could be feeling that way too, or the person that you're connected to could be feeling like, a completion with the cycles and the lessons and the stuff that may have been keeping them from being an emperor or an empress, or just being an embodiment of who they needed to be. Or they could be now coming to the time where they need to go into solitude to find their North Star, to find their direction home, to find the direction and the place that they're going to find their completion. And they may be thinking like that has something to do with you, or that you could help them to find that completion or to figure out where they're going. We also had the Six of Cups come through for what they're thinking about. So again, the Six of Cups is somebody that's usually nostalgic. This is something like, I'm thinking about this because I have a long past with this, or this is somebody that I, reminisce and think about the times that we've already spent together, or even could be past life. Maybe if you don't know this person that long, you could still have a very strong soul connection or soul tie to them, and they could feel like, I must know this person from another life, or there must be a reason why things are so strong with them and not with others, or why they keep popping up in my mind, or why do I keep feeling, drawn to them. Basically, just having some of those thoughts and those feelings and that desire to probably reconnect or see you or talk to you or just see what's going on for you, because then the Page of Swords is here, and he is the one that he's on the outside looking in usually. So again, either you or them could be in a time of solitude or just separate from each other, and they could be missing that energy that you brought to their life, or the energy that you just emit. Again, I'm seeing this like these waves of energies coming off of this card. Makes me feel like you may be like the beat of the drum, like just something that it just is steady and it's strong and it's powerful, and it's just like boom, boom. And you can't deny that it's there. It's not going to go away. It's not going to stop. It's just going to be that steady stream of energy and consciousness and things that awaken you and make you maybe look, or make you think, or make you feel, or make you see something that you maybe wouldn't have done otherwise. So again, I think when they are in solitude, they feel the intensity of the energy that you emit. So they may try to distract themselves, may try to do things that keep them from being so taken by that energy. But I feel like no matter what, it's like it's still there at the end of the day, or in those moments of silence or whatever. They could even just be like drawn to go see what's up with your life and what's going on for you. And then we had Lyra and the Sun that came, like the deck was split. I looked down and there it was, and I was like, oh, two guys like wanting to pop out, and they're very much aligned with each other, because for me the Lyra energy is a masculine energy, and the Lyran energy is like emperor energy. The Lyrans are half feline, half human. They look like Sphinx, or like all the statues that are in ancient Egypt that are like felines. They are the oldest in our galaxy. They seeded many other places. Without them, a lot of us wouldn't exist. So the Sun is the divine masculine growth and power. Lyra is ancient light codes increasing worth, and it's number 8 with number 28. If you take 28, that's going to be a 10. Add up 8 and 2. 10 is for completion, wholeness, oneness. 8 is infinite, expansive. It's like, abundance, just more and more and more and more infinitely coming. So I feel like that steady beat of that boom, 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 coming in your direction. Your person may be realizing like their completion of their journey is to be the powerful masculine that has grown or has figured their way through the solitude, or has figured their way through the path, the journey, has increased their value and worth, has figured out the ancient, light codes and invited them in on a level that has let them infinitely expand and infinitely grow and infinitely become powerful. And when you tap into those two energies, life and things around you are going to change, and you're going to be, increasing all of these things into your world. So again, I feel like for some of you, the person that you're dealing with may be feeling like empowered or more confident or more awake or more aware or more stronger than they were, or just feel like they could be, okay? Because there's some of you, I feel like they may feel like they know that this is where they want to go, or this is where they need to go, or this is where they're headed, but they may feel like they're not there right now. They could be in solitude away from this because maybe they didn't embrace it. Maybe they didn't come towards you when they should have, or they didn't, follow through with the completion of the journey or the completion of the mission or whatever it was that they're supposed to be doing at that time. Because when you come down into the feelings, you can see the Five of Pentacles, which is really not aligned to the ancient increasing worth and value and all of that infinite abundance and all of that awesome completion and all those good blessings and all that stuff that would be there as an emperor and an empress if you reconciled and came together into a partnership with the person that you're supposed to be with, and all of the things that comes along with that, and all the blessings and all the increasing of abundance and all of that power that comes along with it. So they may be feeling left out in the cold, or they may be feeling separate from the things that they know are probably good things, or things that they would like to have, or things that they are kind of aware exist, but they haven't maybe necessarily tapped into it fully, or maybe they got a taste of it and ran away from it because it was overwhelming. But with the Three of Pentacles, this is like coming together to work together with somebody to build something. And it's like the two people who are in control are usually directing the builder. It's like, we've got the blueprints, we've figured this all out, we have that ancient wisdom, we have that information, we have that knowledge, and like all of the secrets, because I'm working with the High Priestess here. And when the High Priestess energy is there, it's like we know all the mysteries, we know all the secrets, we know all the little stuff, all the innuendo, it's like nothing's really like hidden from us. If anything, we're the ones that have that secret that other people want to know. How did they do that? What did they do? How did they get there? Where are they going? Let's figure that out. Let's back engineer what they've got going on. But if they're feeling like that, then they may not have worked together with the Empress or the High Priestess energies. And because of that, I feel like they probably got locked out, okay? Because the Queen of Swords is underneath her. And I feel like that's just boundaries. Like, she probably had to put up boundaries because maybe they wanted to work with her, but other people too, because you got the Three. So the Three can be like, oh, third parties, other people, mixing shit in there that's not supposed to be in there. And the Three of Cups over there too is in the last pile of cards too. So there could be other elements that have been keeping things from coming to completion. Maybe there wasn't so much solitude that was needed, taken and expressed, because sometimes people don't do very well on their own if they're codependent, or if they are just incapable of, sitting with themselves. People who have been through stuff, or who like to distract themselves with drinking and alcohol, or partying, or just something that's like really just lower vibrational. It's just literally like, let me numb this because it's so intense, it's so much, it's oh my god. And if somebody chose to do that, and mix all these other things in there and not follow the path to completion and not work together with you to build something that's worth having, I feel that like some people would have put boundaries up and been like, no, I'm not gonna give you my fucking secrets if you're just gonna go spill them everywhere. So that may have caused a problem, and they may be feeling left out in the cold right now, or left separate from their completion and where they should be and what they should be doing with who they should be doing it with. And then we had the two twos here, where there's like the Two of Swords and the Two of Wands, which are both about making a choice. So I feel like either this person didn't make a fucking choice correctly, or they are unable to make a choice when it comes to choosing, where am I going to bring my love? Because the Knight of Cups is like romantic and gives you like, that wooing energy. Like, I'm going to woo you. I'm going to make you feel good. I'm going to make you feel happy. I'm going to deliver to you all of the stuff that most people want to fucking receive. You know, it's like, let me, you know, entertain you and not be a dick, basically. Not make you put up your boundaries because, you know, you're not doing anything wrong. So I feel like, for some of you, it was basically like the two of you were meant to work together to build something that's worth fucking having. There probably was a call that was needed to be in complete, like to come to completion. There was probably a time that was needed to be in solitude or to go on your own paths. But if that person that you were supposed to do that at the same time with didn't do that, or they've never done that, or they've never just been able to just sit within themselves, like, completely, you know, maybe they spent a lot of time by themselves, but they were still entertaining other things. If they didn't, like, you know, follow the path the way it was supposed to be followed, if they were this Casanova dude to a bunch of other people, then they probably are now feeling the effects of that, or feeling the effects of your boundaries being put up, because now they don't have the secrets, they don't have the wisdom, they don't have the information that they want, because we got the sun here, and the sun is like, aha, I fucking know. It's like, boom, 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 boom. Here's all that information that you wanted, all that stuff, all those secrets, all the answers to the stuff that you've been wondering about, like what you're supposed to be doing, where you're supposed to be going, and how you're supposed to get there, and why are you doing it, and where is it headed, and what are we going to do when we leave here, and all of that. Well, here it is, but they don't have that, so they may feel like they would like that, but they don't, you know, have that clarity, because if they had that clarity, they wouldn't be standing at a fork in the road. If they had that clarity, they would have already built what they would like to build. If they had the clarity, the Two of Swords wouldn't be there, because they would just know. They wouldn't be trying to make any decisions now, because the decisions would have already been made for them. And they probably already were made for them back in the past. And that may be why they're reminiscing about the past, because they may know that they would already have completion. They would have already gotten there and had all the answers and had all those things if they had just, you know, done whatever they were supposed to do, or take that choice when they were supposed to take it, or make up their mind when they're supposed to make up their mind, basically. But then we had Gaia needs you to ground your light, and light codes and advanced cellular clearances from the Arcturian energies. So I feel like there is codes, energies, frequencies, like all this shit that I said that's like constantly bombarding the earth, right? Completion energy over there. The shamanic path. If you're on this path, there's shit to be done. Like, you've got to be aligning to it. You've got to be figuring it out. Well, like, just embracing it and embodying it and bringing it down and delivering it. And you're here because Gaia needs you to do that. So your freaking light is needed, basically. Like, you don't get to just ignore it. Regardless if you're doing it correctly, or if you're doing it, like, in a way that's taking you longer to get there, or in a way that's, like, totally off the path. Those things still come in. They still need to get grounded. They still need to happen. Sometimes they get to even extreme places where the people leave, or the souls have a walk in and a walk out. Where it's where we're coming up to right now, the 15th to the 20th is a Pleiadian lineup. You may have that happen. Like, you may see things happen like that, or people may be like, holy shit, what happened? Person's gone, they died, like, a whole new one showed up, but they may not die. Like, a version of them may die. Or their whole soul walks out and a new one comes in, so it could be like a near-death experience where they were gone for a few seconds, but then something else came in for the fucking completion of the journey. So it's like, it depends how far off of the path are they. Have they not woken up? Have they not realized some of this shit? Are they been completely in the dark? Are they so far gone that they're too far gone? Because those are the instances where they're like, okay, death time. Let's transfigure this shit and get a new person into that place, because it's needed. It's like, we're not, a lot of us are not here just because la-di-da. Like, it's not just a da-da-da-da-do. There's shit here that needs to happen. There's stuff that needs to play out. We have the ancient future, right? Like, we've already been here. We've already done this shit. We've already been on the path. Some of us are more aware than others about all of the little secrets and information, but we're on a journey to wholeness. But that's not just us. It's not just our little life. our little, oh, I want to be this and I want to have that, and it's not about us. The divine union will come when it's supposed to come, if it's supposed to come to the right circumstances, if you've played things out appropriately and you've done things in alignment and you've stayed on your path. It can happen. People can come into a divine union, but a lot of times some of the things that we're doing here, the things that we're connected to, or the stuff that we see or we have happen is connected to our ancient past. So our past and our future are together in one, and everything right now is just one anyways. It's not, we live in such an illusion. It's so hard to explain anything to anybody because it's like you get lost in it. We're like in a matrix of bullshit that's so just like layered behind illusions that it's hard for us to see beyond it. When we go towards into the light, right, when we leave here, we're gonna see oh my god, like that, all that shit I was worried about, all those things that I did, all the stuff that I was like so freaked out about means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. And the whole purpose that I was there for, I avoided it the whole time I was there because I was so inundated by illusion, or so bogged down by my ego, or so worried about what somebody might think or say, or whatever bullshit money. That's again even more of an illusion lie, because it doesn't even have a foundation to stand on its own within like real, like, hey, logical land. None of that's been fucking looked at. People just accept and take the information that they're given, and they don't question it. A lot of people, not everybody. I know if you're here, you're probably one of the people that questions reality a little bit. But there's a lot of people out there who don't, that just fucking pop that news on and absorb whatever's said and live in that lie. And then when you have people who wake up and realize, like, oh my god, like, we have a sacred lineage. It says right there, right? We have a sacred lineage. We have a reason. The ancient information that was being put all over the planet in huge fucking coded ways, we've got to, like, look into that stuff. We got to go spend some time in solitude, away from the bombardment of bullshit lies and illusions and stuff that's out there. We got to spend a little time going within so we can hear that steady beat of streaming codes and information and wisdom and light that's coming from above, and realize that we have free will. So if we want to friggin', do whatever we want to do, we do whatever we want to do. If we want to go be stupid, we can be doing that. That's fine. That's up to us. But there will come a breaking point where it's like, if you're so far off your path, they're going to take you out of here, and yet somebody else will come in to fulfill the path. If you've signed up for that. There's other people, there's levels of souls. Like, there's some souls that are new souls that have no clue what they're doing. They're probably going to get stuck in that reincarnation cycle and keep coming back and keep coming back. There's other people who are aware of all this stuff, but they're not really understanding of all of it. And they're trying to find their way through and figure out how to, get further ahead and understand it more. And then there's people who do understand it, try to explain it or share it with others, or wake other people up, or just help people in some way to see these things. But even then, there's still levels that are unknown. There's still things that are unable to be shared or even fully understood, because we live in a big illusion where it's just so hard to see the clarity of all things. But our past keeps repeating. Whether it's on a personal level or a grand level, it keeps repeating. So we want to not do that. We don't want to keep playing out the same old shit, because our journey to wholeness isn't going to be like, yeah, let's just keep doing that again because that worked out so well the first time, right? So the journey to wholeness is like figuring out, what have I done already that I shouldn't fucking do again? Or like, where did I go wrong in my, in this life and then in other lives? And if you were in Atlantis, or if you were in Lyra, when Lyra had the fall, where it was just blown to smithereens, a lot of people feel the results of that. They feel like they were abandoned. So a lot of people have abandonment wounds that stem way, way back, but they would have incarnated into this life if they're a starseed. They came from Lyra, where they were like, oh my god, I was abandoned. I was just I have no home. I'm a fucking orphan, right? you might incarnate into this life with one parent or both parents who are not present in some way. Maybe they were there physically, but like emotionally they checked out. Or one of them could have left when you were young. Or one of them may never have even been present your whole life. Or something traumatic happened with one of them and you felt abandoned at some point, or you felt like people weren't really there for you the way they should be. You know, that fucking comforting presence was not there. Something was missing. So those people probably were here for Atlantis, because that happened in Atlantis as well, where there was like people who knew, the high priest and high priestesses, they knew what was going to happen, but they didn't tell everybody. They just were like, all right, let's get the hell out of here. They went to places that were safe to be when that flood came. So they abandoned a lot of people. They left them to die. And some of the people who were there doing that, who left others to die, will have karma in that way. And then the people who were there, who were abandoned and died, they have karma to come back to clear like that abandonment wound, or that being left wound that started back in probably Lyra. And the whole thing that played out, the big thing of it, like the Lyra being destroyed and then Atlantis falling, that was a power struggle between the good and the bad, which is basically within ourselves. We always have this power struggle between the good and the bad within ourselves. And we're always looking for this comforting presence to come love us and make sure that this person's never going to leave us or hurt us or do anything bad. We always want this divine union from somebody outside of us, right? But the comforting presence comes from us. We can't rely on any other soul or any other person to be able to give to us all of that. That's why the solitude is needed. That's why this is so big on the North Star. Like your where your calling is, where you're meant to fucking go, your home. Your journey home is your journey to you. You are the comforting presence. You are your divine union. You are the completion. You are where you're going to end up, and you are who you began with. You started and end the journey like that. So your ancient future is very much your ancient past, and it's that journey to wholeness, it's that journey to oneness, it's that journey to completion. And yeah, some of us do have a person that we are supposed to have that soul bond with to embody the fullness of wholeness on this planet in a divine union of masculine and feminine, to bring that into union, to bring that into wholeness and oneness. But sometimes people get far off the path, or they don't, embody it the right way or whatever, or one person isn't there when the other person is. So you can't let that deter you from finding your own wholeness and your own oneness. Find the strength within yourself to be your own comforting presence, to be your own oneness, to be your own wholeness. Increase your value and your worth, and see the clarity of that sun that illuminates everything to show you your way, and realize that, Earth still fucking needs you, regardless of what's going on with some dude or some lady or some whatever has happened in your life. We still have a mission. We still have a purpose. We still have a reason. There's still light codes and frequencies and energies pouring in to the earth at this time. And we can work together within ourselves and within the energies and within our communities and with other people, if we have to find more clarity, to find the wholeness and like frequencies and energies. There's other people who can embody the masculine. There's other people who can embody the feminine. There's probably other people who can do it better than maybe the person that you've dealt with that hasn't been able to fully embody that. Like if you're on the path for too long and they're not showing up and they're not giving to you anything, and they're not, capable of, building something, and you have something to complete and you have something to do, then don't let that deter you from having that stuff. Don't let that stop you from living in the fulfillment of having good things, because you're going to block yourself if you just stay there unable to make a decision or choose the right path for yourself. You block yourself. So if somebody's only wooing and they're not like giving to you that goodness, that wholeness, that oneness feeling, then start to like seek for it somewhere else, or go within yourself and just deliver it to yourself. But don't let it make you feel separate or sad or cold or miserable, because that is like the worst thing for anybody, because it's just going to keep you from having what you're supposed to have to get to where you're supposed to go. You need to increase your value and worth enough to know that, like, you don't need anybody to make you feel whole and complete. You need to feel whole and complete on yourself, in your own power, in your own light. And then you become that comforting presence. You'll invite, like, there'll be no choice but for a comforting presence to show up around you. Because when you embody a vibration and frequency, you emit it. That boom, 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 boom. And when you emit that energy, somebody, or all people, a lot of people will start to show up around you that also emit it. And then you can allow that in, because it's the same vibrational match, it's the same frequency, it's the same energy, it's going to support you, it's going to surround you, it's going to love you in the way that you're doing for yourself. So I tell people too, like, if you want to, like, I've been getting this message all month, like, if you want someone to love you unconditionally, you need to love you unconditionally so that they can mirror that to you, because everybody here is usually a mirror. And if you're on a path with somebody that's not doing that, then there's probably a reason that they're not doing it. That you're probably not doing it yourself. So a lot of times we want to, like, project out and be, like, so mad at people because they didn't do this and they haven't done that and they're not giving to me. But are you doing it for yourself? Because if you're doing it for yourself, you wouldn't even really care that they're not doing it, because you'd be able to comfort yourself and love yourself and nurture yourself, and you may not be holding on to those wounds so deeply anymore. If you faced them and healed them, the wounds of rejection, the wounds of abandonment, the wounds of the power struggle, the wounds of being, hurt from the past, becoming that empowered feminine leader is regal and courageous, prosperous, loyal, powerful, compassionate, intuitive, responsible, administrative, knowledgeable, and trustworthy. And she ties into the moon energy. So it's like that high priestess. And look, it's like a unicorn again. So they're all tie together. And these are things that, like, I mean with that constant boom, boom, boom. Like, I see a constant stream of information, a constant stream of interconnectedness, a constant stream of things that are just always like, here's the next piece, here's the next piece, here's the next piece, this is this, and this is that. And it's like you gotta piece it all together all the time. But we had the high priestess, which is connected to the moon, which is connected to the feminine energy, which is this energy here, the empowered feminine leader, who is the empress, who is, got these two unicorn energies. And it's just little weird things like that maybe other people wouldn't have seen that thing, but that's okay, because you're not me. Spirit speaks to me in my own coded way, just like it's going to speak to you in your own coded way. So whatever you receive from a message, or whatever you receive from an animal, or whatever you receive from a symbol, whatever the symbol is, maybe they choose to fucking show you the unicorn at that moment, to give you that, here you go, here's the unicorn, just going to show you, like, oh, it ties to this, and it ties to that, and it ties to that. So maybe you need to get this thing out, or maybe you need to look at that thing over there. It's just a matter of paying attention to it. And sometimes you need to have, some silence or some solitude for that to play out. But once you've done that work in solitude, and you've spent a little time learning how to, dissect that information and how to, get the pieces together, then you can do it maybe not so much in solitude anymore. Then you can start to come out of the solitude and share your wisdom with other people. But nothing is ever absolute. Change is the only constant. So everything's constantly changing. Everything is constantly growing. So if you reflect and release, we've got the doves there too, which are bringing me synchronicity. The doves are tied to the seven sisters, the Pleiadian energy. The Pleiadians are having the alignment this month with the energy of the Pleiades, where it's basically, we're just in alignment so that the energies there can come right down. But the seven sisters have also been referred to as the seven doves, and the doves represent peace. So it's like we're trying to bring peace into our lives. We're trying to bring peace into the planet. Peace from our past lives. This is the unicorn deck. Release your past life karma. You are an old soul with deep wisdom. Healing your past lives will raise your vibration. So again, as we heal from these things that we've already been through, and we become that comforting presence, we start to feel better, and we are able to be gentle with ourselves, and we can be kind to ourselves and others. We can honor that gentleness within us, and we can speak in love with each other. And that's going to help to deal with that polarity that exists on the planet, or just exists in reality of everything around us here in the third dimension. So integrate your shadow side. There can be no light without the dark, and understand the law of polarity. So like where there's up, there's down, where there's good, there's bad, where there's like light, there's dark. And people get so hurt by certain aspects of the polarity, but without it you wouldn't even know the other half of it. So it's like, just be grateful for the lesson or the blessing or the showing of the things that you see. Like when you see that there's a dude who's doing what you don't like, well, okay, like I know what I don't like now, so let me be grateful for the fact that there's the opposite of it, and that I can be connected to that, and I can, manifest that into my life. But if I sit around focused on the fact that like there's one dude in the world that's doing this shit that I don't like, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to keep seeing more of that. You're going to keep experiencing that. And you're going to keep creating that, because what we focus on, what we think about, and what we feel is what we attract. So if you're focused on the crappy stuff some dude did, don't be surprised if you feel kind of crappy for a while. But if you don't like that stuff that's being emitted out or shown to you, change up your vibe, change up your focus, change up your thoughts, change up what you're feeling, and then shift and vibe into the wholeness and oneness of the receiving the energy that is in alignment with what you want to feel, which is the opposite, which is the polarity of whatever that person was doing. So maybe it's the opposite of that person will be able to deliver to you the alignment that you're looking for to feel good. But people get too caught into the energies or the beliefs that they hold, which are like, but this is my person, this is my twin flame, this is the one and only. Well, only if you believe that, only if you think that, only if you give them that much power to be that only person that could ever possibly do anything for you. If you take that power away from them, then they no longer have that power, and you can release that and live in a new reality that's changing and evolving and growing and can be good for you. And we have trust. Leap into the unknown. Have faith and move forward. Believe you will fly. So at the end of the day, trust yourself. At the end of the day, trust that you have everything inside of you to be the goddess, to honor your divine feminine energy, to see your inner beauty, and to love every part of you. The goddess would not let anybody or any one person, stop her from living the best life or from being in her empowered self. She's not going to let that deter her from being the empowered feminine leader. She's unique. She's like the unicorn. She's not going to be something that you find around every corner. And she's definitely not going to put up with the bullshit that a lot of people put up with under the guise of, oh, this is the only one, and this is, I have to be here, and da-da-da-da-da. Maybe it was a test to find your strength. This challenge will make you stronger. You will get through to the other side. Look for the gifts in the situation. So look for the gift of what you've learned in your situation, the darkness, the duality, the stuff of feeling, separate from. And then count your blessings and enjoy life. Take pleasure in the simple things, and always expect the best. So start expecting the best. Start expecting better. Start expecting that, like, I've done all my thingies that I needed to do, and I'm healing, and I'm growing, and I'm magic, and I'm a manifester, and I'm going to come out of this time of darkness and into the time of light. Be compassionate and gentle with yourself. Forgiveness will set you free. See the light in yourself and others. So again, if all you're focused on the dark and the duality or the polarity with somebody, forgive it. Just forgive them for being who they were, what they did. But don't allow, that doesn't mean like let them come back in and do that again, because that will just hurt you and take you down into the dark. But forgive and free yourself from it so that you can have that delight and you can break the cycle. Everything has its right time. Honor the cycle of your body. Tune into the moon's magic. So the moon is tied here to this queen. It's like what brought out this whole thing here. She started the cycle of this energy with the unicorn. And basically, I feel like you need to tap into your feminine energy, the secrets, the wisdom, the hidden. Because when the moon is out, we can't see everything clearly. But when the sun is out, everything's bright and illuminated. Everything's like, oh yeah, there that is, there this is, there's this. But when the moon is out, you have to trust your inner knowing. You have to go within. You have to be a little bit, tuned into the silence, into the energies that are subtle. And then, dance your way through that. And allow yourself to embrace the cycle that happens every 28 days. But there's cycles that are happening constantly, and there's like these these spirals of energies that are coming down to the earth, and there's, you know, every day has its own frequency, every day has its own energy, and what we've put onto the energies of like, oh, today's the third month, and it's the 20th day of the third month, and it's 5 p.m. Like, we've put all this extra shit on it through human, you know, conditioning and our way of being with the clock and all of that. So we tie more frequencies and energies into what was already existing just in the freedom of existence, like on the spirals of consciousness that come down here all the time from all the planets and all the stars and all the frequencies and energies that are existing. So if you could get past the like crap of the like, oh, it's the 5th day on the 5 month and the blah blah blah, whatever. If you could get past that, tap back into that spiral of consciousness, into that energy above you, like the moon and the sun and all the timelines and all the frequencies up there, you'll be able to come into a time of expansion. The expansion card is here. It says, spread your wings and soar, share your message and shine your lights, show the world what you're made of. So again, like, learn who you truly are, expand into the fullness of you, the fullness of being that leader in your own right, you know, tapping into the ancient wisdom that is inside of you, that already knows all of this stuff, that already is aware of all of this stuff, and then have that wholeness, be the comforting presence, be your own divine union, or manifest your own divine union where it's going to be divine, where it's going to be good, where it's going to be holy and love, like supportive and healthy. Don't take anything for granted, okay? Don't take anything for granted, and know that, like, you may need to wake the divine masculine. Maybe there's a person that has not awoken yet, or they need to wake up further, or they haven't figured these things out, but you are the oracle. You are the one that needs to get that deep memory stirring inside of them. And like realizing, hey, that there is no freaking death. There's just like a cycle that we're repeating and playing out over and over and over. It's like we leave a physical body, we come back to another one. So we've got to rise to the occasion while we're here, and we've got to create the pathway for our energies and our lives to play out. You know, there's like these like little codings and these little things that we've got to do. But if we acclimate and accept where we are, and we can have that spontaneous healing wherever we are, then we'll be good. We'll keep going on the path. You know, we'll keep illuminating. We'll keep understanding. And some of this stuff is things that like words just cannot express. Like some of it, you just have to be calm, anchor the energy, be in that silence, be in that solitude, and treat ourselves like the sacred temples that we are. Don't be doing stupid things to ourselves, or hanging out with people who are making us feel badly about ourselves, or even just surrounding ourselves with anybody that maybe is hurting us, or like could harm us with their thoughts or their vibration or their frequency. So again, go underground for a while, disconnect, spend some time on your own, because sometimes that's needed. We have remove the mask of your everyday persona. So again, maybe we just have to remove ourselves from the people that make us feel like we have to wear a mask, or make us feel like who we are is something we need to hide or whatever. But our goals are within reach. So it's like whatever we want, whatever we're trying to attain is right there, right on the other side of it. But we maybe not, you know, seeing that, or we're not going through the portal. The portal's been opened. It's right there. It's available to us. All the stuff that we've ever wanted is like, hey, here you go. But we're like, I'm just going to stand over here and be sad and be mad. And I don't know, I'm afraid. So I'm just going to not do anything because it's easier to not. So we have to speak our truth and express ourselves in like who we truly are at our core, and express what we know inside of ourselves. And, you know, remember to ask the right questions of others that are showing up in our lives to see if they are the right person for us too. Because that's the thing. A lot of people get so caught up in like trying to change themselves, shapeshift, transform, and expect a new reality, experience a new reality, right? Everybody's always trying to change themselves for some dude or some girl or something or whatever. But why aren't we ever asking them who the hell they are, and then realizing, hey, you don't align to me. You don't align on my frequency, my energy. I'm not going to change everything about me just so that you can, so that I can become who you want me to become, or who I think who you want me to be. Because they probably don't even care or think about that. But you think that. So if you think that, you start changing who you are, you get so far off your path, your journey to wholeness just got a lot harder, because you've become something that you're not trying to please or appease somebody else. So a sacred gift is coming to you. Look at this. You are not abandoned. Look, like I said, A lot of people have that abandonment wound, so that's why they would do things like, let me go be by my, let me go pretend that I'm this person that I think you might want, or that you might like better. But extreme times require deep reflection. So when you start feeling like you're going to abandon your true self so that you can show up in a new way to show somebody something that is not even you, that's like just some fear factor inside of yourself making you do something that you shouldn't be doing, go enter into the silence and listen to your soul, and get rid of that part of you that's like trying to do something that's part of a negative cycle. Break that negative cycle. Stop repeating things that are gonna just hurt us and keep us stuck, going over and over and over the same things. Go forward and leave the past behind. Don't keep going into that experience. Shapeshift that reality of like, every time somebody doesn't do something, or every time I meet somebody, they don't get me or they don't understand me, I'm gonna keep changing who I am, or trying to reflect something better. Don't do that. Break that type of cycle. Those times where we're like, oh, I'm just gonna not do this because I don't want somebody to think I'm weird, or I'm not going to do that because somebody might think this, or I'm not going to say that because then people might get mad at me, or people may not understand me. Just be who you are, and let go of that fear of like being abandoned. If people abandon you, it's not even abandonment, it's like some people just don't deserve you. Look at it that way. Shape your beliefs to be more conducive to like a better energy in your life so that you can receive things in a better way. Be open to receiving goodness. Believe you are worthy of abundance, and a gift is coming to you soon. So this is the second time we've seen the gift is coming to you. So know that something's coming. Believe in it. Know it. And set the intention for it. It says be clear and decide. Focus on what you really want, and be bold with your requests to the universe. So ask for the goodness. Ask for that powerful stuff. Crown yourself worthy of it right now. Say, I am worthy. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I am deserving. And I don't have to stay in these cycles that are hurting me. And I can use my discernment to have a better future, because all is not as it seems. And I'm going to stay true to my knowing. And I'm going to keep my dreams a secret. So don't let everybody know everything about you, or where you're headed, or who you're with, or what you're doing, because some people will do things to hurt you. And it takes courage for us to live here and do all the things we've got to do, but you are ultimately safe. Fear is an illusion. Set strong boundaries. So if you go into the fear of, I can't tell, but no secret, oh bad, don't let it become a fear thing. Don't let it become a bad thing. Just let it be a thing of like, I'm going to protect myself, and I can do that because I have the strength to do it, and I have everything that I need inside of me to continue down that path. So with the energies over here, it was like, what are they wanting? We had the Three of Cups with the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Swords. So I feel like basically they want to have a time of celebration. They want to have a time of like, yay, everything's great, everything's awesome. This could even be somebody who wants their cake and eat it too. This could be somebody that's like, I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to have that and that and that and that. But I feel like it's more so they just want to have celebration or a good time of reconciling. This is a time of reconciling, and we already had the Six of Cups, which is a card of reconciling. So I feel like whoever you're connected to or asking about does want to reconcile or celebrate with you, or just break the negative cycles, basically get out of the energy that's been maybe not so good. Maybe they feel like you've abandoned them because we had that Five of Pentacles, and they don't like to feel that way. I don't think anybody here really likes to have that, to feel like, oh, this person abandoned me, or they don't like me, or they hate me, or whatever. It doesn't matter who you are. Nobody ever wants to feel that stuff. With the Eight of Swords, it's fear. Again, so I feel like that's kind of tied into what I've been saying here, is like they're allowing their fear of abandonment, their fear of, the polarity, the fear of shadowy darkness, the scared, I don't know, am I okay? So they could have a little bit of innocence about them. It says, take time to play, nurture the inner child, live with a childlike sense of wonder. I feel like they may be someone somewhat like that at this time, where they're at a point where they need to have growth. Seek a mentor or guide, take baby steps as you grow, be willing to learn from others. So they may be trying to figure out what they need to do, or who they should, trust, I just picked up the deck that stayed behind Divine Union. So they may be trying to figure out, can I trust you to be the one that will help me with those secrets, with those informations, with that wisdom, with that stuff that I don't know. Or will you be somebody that's going to hurt me? I need that comforting presence in my life because I don't know where I am right now. And I'm beating myself up and I'm thinking thoughts that are not in alignment with who I am or where I'm supposed to be going or whatever, the big picture is, because they have, it's like maintain compassion under pressure. They have a lot of pressure to be awakening and healing and growing in it, like we all do. This is a lot of pressure. Like none of us are like exempt from feeling that pressure of a divine union or a divine lifestyle or awakening and healing and not getting sucked back into the craziness, because we're all preparing for this major event, right? We're like, oh my god, 5D, blah, 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 all that stuff that everybody's always, oh, the shifts are coming, it's gonna be a whole new this and a whole new that. It makes people freak out a little bit because they're like, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to go. There's a guy needs me, right? A guy needs you. Act from your crown and your heart. All you've got to do is crown yourself and follow your fucking heart. That's it. It's like, just follow your heart. Tell the truth. Be authentic. Who do you really care about? Who do you want to be with? Where do you want to go? Like, in your heart, not based off of what the ego might think, not based off of what the false illusions would make us do, like the stuff that comes from like outside of us. If we just crown ourselves and know and trust our wisdom that comes from above, like what spirit is guiding us to do, and we follow our hearts, that's all we've got to do. Our heart's not going to deny us. Our crown, our source connection isn't going to deny us, but this is going to deny us. This is going to deny us. That shit right there is like fear, oh, but what if this, or what if that, or what if blah, 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 all these crazy thoughts that just mess us up. We gotta get rid of those. And then like the self-sabotage of like, oh my god, this good thing's here, let me cut it up, let me kill it, let me stab it, because at one time somebody was bad to me and I think that everybody's gonna be bad to me, or everybody's gonna end up hurting me, or maybe I'm carrying around too much freaking anger. Safely express your anger. Use anger as a positive force. Honor all your emotions as sacred. So, sometimes we suppress our anger because we think it's not good to have it or whatever. It's like, you can have it, just don't let it be expressed in like detrimental ways or harmful ways. You channel it into something. When I'm angry, I clean the house. I'm like, clean. It's like, now I've got a whole fucking clean house, yay. But some people take that and they go break something, or they destroy stuff, or they, destroy relationships, or they just destroy themselves. It's a matter of awareness. Like, am I going to allow this thing to destroy me and my good stuff? If I have bitter revenge, is that going to help me? Or no, it's going to lead to destruction. So we got to take that and go clean something, man. Just go fucking channel it into something good. Channel it into, like, some art. Channel it into a song. Channel it into singing and dancing and doing whatever. Just channel it into whatever. But just have the awareness of, like, oh, I'm not in such a great mood right now. Let me not go kill somebody about it. Let me go surround myself with people that are going to probably hate me after I'm there because I'm in a bad mood. No, let me take that bad mood and get it out of here. But I feel like what they want is to face their fears, to overcome the self-sabotage, which could even be tied to this dude, right? He's the one that rushes on in there and he's like, oh, hey, I'm so great, let's do this, let's do that, bye. And he abandons everybody, but he would do that if he was abandoned at one point, or if he doesn't feel like he's the crowned person, like he doesn't feel like he deserves something, or maybe he's bitter. Maybe he's holding on to something somebody did to him a long time ago, or he could be bitter about something that just happened not too long ago, and because of that, if you remind them of that person, or if you say something that triggers that part of them that makes them feel like they felt when that person did that thing to them or whatever, or there's some way tied to like maybe their parents, you say something that reminds them of that. It's like basically people hold on to shit. We gotta let go of that shit so we don't do that shit. But I feel like this is the person that may come all in, like all gung-ho, here we go, let's do this thing, and then they take off. So they come on in quickly, but then they leave quickly. And that may be self-sabotage. That may be like, I really want to be there. I'm so excited when I get there. I'm like, yeah, but then I break it. Or maybe now, because I've done this so many times and let my fear, self-sabotage, and destruct run away when I acted like I was going to be up and showing up there, now there could be boundaries placed up on your side of things, and now it makes it so that I can't get there. I can't be happy there because you've not going to let me come back in after I've done that too many times. You know, you're going to have to prove that you're not this person anymore before that person's going to let you come back in. So they could know that logically and think that logically and be like, fuck, like, I can't do that stupid shit. And like, they could know that that stupid shit is what's destroying them in other places too. Because usually if you go show up to anything like that, but you don't follow through with anything, then nobody's ever going to trust you or give you a chance to do that. You know what I mean? Like, you can only burn bridges so many times. You can only destroy things, you know, before everybody knows that that's what you do. You have to pick up and go to a whole new fucking place. And then what? Repeat it again? Just keep burning bridges everywhere you go or destroying things everywhere you go? Or no, just fucking follow through with something for once in your life and get there on the other side of it. So they may be knowing that, like, I can't let my past or the things that I normally do keep playing out because it's not going to get me anywhere. Like, if I want to take action and get somewhere, I got to take action, communicate, travel that distance, and actually be committed to it and solid and have a good foundation beneath it and let myself be there, because people are waiting for me to complete it. People are waiting on me to fulfill what I'm supposed to fulfill. So I feel like they do want to do that. They know, and I feel like they also want you to wait for them to get that part of themselves like situated. Because I was asking what do they want, and we had the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups. So it's like they do want to start over. They want to have a new beginning. They want to talk. They want to communicate. They want to have the emotional, like, yay, happy time. But they probably know that, like, you've been waiting for that, and they're maybe hoping that you're still waiting or want you to wait for them to figure themselves out so that they can take that commitment to themselves to overcome those fears and that self-sabotage and crap that they're thinking and doing, so that when they do come back in to spark that you'll know that they're able to fulfill the role, that they're able to get through to the other side of that because they've had that death of the old self, or they've had the transfiguration, the transformation of themselves, because maybe they spent enough time in solitude, or they've increased their value and worth, or they figured something out that helped them to embody the right vibration, to be the king who, like, you know, he's no longer this, like, do. Maybe I come in all fired up, but I stay there and I fulfill it and I finish it because I take what I've been through and I turn it into motivation for where I'm going. So if they rush in to communicate some truth to you, it may be that they're ready to, you know, be on the other side of things and to have that strong foundation and to give you the apologies or to give you the vulnerable expression that can then fire you up to mirror them, as everybody does in these connections, is mirror, and then everything could be okay and you could be all right and expand your horizons, because the fulfilling opportunities are on the horizon. So feeling things are right there for people. But, you know, think outside the flock, think outside the fucking bullshit brain, the little ego parts of ourselves that keep us stuck, and move into calmer times within your brain, move away from the stuff and the crap that doesn't serve you, dive deeper into yourselves and deeper into your emotional changes, dive deeper into the expression of your truth, and somebody's definitely nostalgic, they do care about you, they do miss you, and they say that this was all meant to be. So they know that all of the shit that you guys have been through has been meant to be. And they know that you can do it to that wholeness and completion. Wholeness. Like I started off over here. Wholeness. And I know this is a divine connection. So they're awakening to the fact that it's a divine connection. They're remembering the past lives and the memories that they share with you. And they say, I promise I'll never let go. So you have that infinite connection, which is where we start with the 8 as well. 8 is the infinite. And then 10 was the wholeness and completion, which was 28. So those two cards just got brought back up over here. And then we have unconditional, I'll always forgive you. So whatever, has happened, if you forgive them, you forgive them. If you can trust them, then that's that's usually the biggest thing, is like trusting and knowing and feeling you're okay and safe, and having the clarity to finally see what needs to be known or said or expressed or felt or just embodied. And the truth is, I love you. So they may be realizing that and having that clarity. Like, I finally fucking see that I do love you. And that secret is, that's the secret. It's like, love, follow the fucking hat. Oh my God, that was the secret the whole time, was to follow my heart and to go where, love is going to be, and be vulnerable about it, expressive about it. Just tell the truth. I don't have to lie to you or myself or anybody. And you're going to manifest my dreams coming true, because it was destined to be. But I wish her a fresh start, because, maybe I've grown now and I've figured things out. There could have been a lot of confusion, but people usually grow through that. So they're hoping that you forgive them and not resent them. They say, please don't give up. Let me back in. And I'm getting impatient. I can't wait. And there's the 8 with the infinite. I just want to keep you safe and warm. So they do want to come back into your life. They don't want to give up, but they are afraid to tell you. They're afraid to tell you. They got that fear. And they're like, I'm so afraid. Oh my God. What if you're mad at me? I can't hold back anymore, though. So somebody will probably tell you. And if you've had, arguments and things that have not been so easy to deal with, they do want to make up with you. They do feel badly about whatever's happened. And you made me feel things I didn't even know I could. So they are feeling, that stuff and torture. This feels like torture. So I feel like you made them feel really, really good. But yeah, because they're like, you excite me in ways I never knew existed. But this feels like torture right now, to be away from you. So I promise I'll be back home soon to my homecoming. And look at, please don't give up, abandoned 33. That 33, I just saw 33 again. I don't remember which one it was. But I know one of them was 33 that I saw a second ago. There's 2 decks here. It's the Journey of Love Union, the Journey of Love 2. I know I just saw 33 because I noticed it, but I didn't speak about it, which sometimes I do that. Where the hell is it? I don't know. Guess I was wrong. I saw 33. Where did it go? Maybe I didn't pull it out. Oh, here it is. Perfect fit. Trust. So trust. Abandon. There we go. All right. And whoever this person is, they've wanted you since the moment that they saw you, and everything about you is perfect to them. They would like to reconcile. Now is the time to come together and illuminate, because you brighten their path. You help them to see, the things they need to see. Like, we have a special purpose, and we're ascending infinitely. So I'm empty without you. So they could be spending, some of you, they could be spending time in isolation now, figuring that out. Because you did have that card coming up a lot with the isolation. So if they finally have spent some time on their own, they could be figuring these things out and realizing, like, I don't know what to say, but, like, I do feel cold without you. I want your warmth. I want to be able to come back, because I've learned a lot in this time away from you. It's taught me so much. And you're the one that I'm supposed to love. You're the one that I'm supposed to be with. And things are coming together now into alignment. And thank you for being you, my light in the darkness, because you've illuminated that path. And you help me to realize that we will always be one for our completion. And I can hear you telepathically. So please forgive me, because I'm hoping you can hear me, maybe apologizing. But I need you to tell me what to do. I can't stop thinking about you touching me. And I am ready to follow you anywhere. I'm surrendering into this, because I'm tired of dancing alone. And you're my loyal companion. My love is unconditional. So hopefully this has helped you guys. Hopefully this will be supportive. It says, be firm in your resolve, commit. So they may realize that they need to commit to themselves, first off, and then commit to something in their lives, and then take it, to the fullness, to the wholeness, to the oneness. You can't get there unless you finally commit to something, but you have to commit to yourself first. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. In Renee, namaste.